Hi, are you a chosen one? Well, if you landed on this video, then I guarantee you are. Well, chosen one, we're going to go over 5 behaviors that you should never, ever accept as a chosen one. So, number 1 is being around criticism all the time. Okay, once in a while, if a person says to you, you really could have handled that different, but I'm talking about a critical spirit. So someone in your life that is just criticizing everything you do, they're never happy for you. They wear down your spirit. You have a mission here. You have a bright light. And if there is somebody in your immediate vicinity that is just critical, whether it be at work or in your family, you can't be around that. So you cannot, as a chosen one, be around a critical spirit, one that man, it just like gets to you. It just pulls down your spirit. It makes you question yourself. Even though you are very confident in who you are, that is number 1. So you need to eliminate anybody in your life that is completely critical of all the things you do and they're never happy for you. So when you're happy and you're sharing, wow, I just got this, or I just achieved this, and they're like, well, you could have, or what took you so long, or something like that, you need to get them out of your life, out of your circle, out of your bubble. And if they're a family member, then you need to spend less time with them, because as a chosen one, you can't have somebody wearing at you like that all the time. Okay. So number 2 would be disrespectful energy. Disrespectful energy. So, and especially when it's in public, if they're mocking you in public and saying it's a joke, oh, you know, she really likes pizza, can't you tell? Or, look at all the gray hairs that she got because she stresses out, or it, you know, and if they're trying to pass it as a joke, it's not a joke. It's disrespectful, it's rude, especially when you do it in public, but it shouldn't be behind closed doors either. So, you know, let's say somebody just mouths off at you or calls you and they're dumping all their problems on you, or they're just super rude. You're like, oh, it's my birthday. And they're like, they don't acknowledge it. And then they just start talking about their own problems, or they just don't have any manners. Like, get those disrespectful people out of your circle and out of your life. You don't have time for it. Now, if you address and say, well, that was disrespectful, and then they have changed behavior, that's one thing, but once should be enough. You do not need to continuously tell somebody to respect you, okay? Respect should be given. Some people think earned, but I believe that everyone should treat others with respect. If you're a chosen one, you're going to want to be treated with respect. You don't have time for disrespect. So if you're dating somebody really disrespectful, they're not for you. If you have a friend in your life that's just continuously disrespectful, you go out, they forget their wallet, they can't pay for anything, or they're always late, you're waiting for them, something like that, you can't be around it. So that's number 2, disrespectful people, behaviors. All right, number 3 would be being gaslit. So being around narcissistic people that they only care about things benefiting them, and they gaslight you. So when you say, you know, it made me feel this way when I told you this is my day off, and you continuously call me on that day when I said I'm not taking any calls, and the person will say, you never told me that. You never told me that. So I don't know what you're talking about. So they will spin the narrative, and that is just crazy talk. That's crazy behavior, and you don't have time to be gaslit. you could say the sky, that wall is blue, and they'll say, no, it isn't. That is not blue. And so they really want you to question your reality and it's insanity. So don't be around people that gaslight you. You know your truth. You're a chosen one. Okay? All right. So number 4 would be dishonest people. All right. So every now and again, you tell a little white lie, right? You go, yeah, you don't look too heavy in that dress. You know, you weren't trying to hurt somebody's feelings. But I'm talking about the people that are liars. Dishonesty just flows out of them. Because a liar breaks your trust. And as a chosen one, you are trustworthy. So once a person does a major betrayal on you, there's somebody else in their phone and you're dating and you're like, who are you talking to? And they just lie and say, well, that's my cousin twice removed. And you find out later that they don't have a cousin. They're a liar. You need to step away. Or they lied to you about, hey, I'm going to help you with this project. And you're like, great. I really appreciate your help. And then they lie and say some catastrophe happened and they can't help you now. They're a liar. Stay away from those people. Get them out of your circle. I'm not playing. You're a chosen one. The time is now. So when you notice that red flag, don't make excuses for him. Don't think, oh, well, I'm going to look for the best in people. You need, as a chosen one, to look at people for how they are. Okay? You need to look at it for real. Not, well, they have good in them. Okay. But if they're showing up as a liar, get them out of there. Get them out of your circle. Don't mess with them. Maybe in the beginning you thought, oh, they'd be a fun person to hang out with, and then you find out that, you know, they told you that they were from Canada and they were from Iowa. What did they need to lie for? What's wrong with them? Don't hang around people like that. They lied to you about that. They're going to lie to you about a lot of things. Okay? I'm not talking about, like I said, a little white lie where they're like, oh, yeah, those are really cute shoes, and you know, maybe they're just over the top or polka dot and they're uniquely you, but the person just didn't want to hurt your feelings. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the liars. You know what I'm talking about here. Someone that says they went to, they were in the Navy and they were never in the Navy. They just have a naval sweatshirt. They're a liar. Stay away from them. Okay. Number 5 is most important. I'm glad you stuck around. Boundary violators. Oh, okay. So everyone knows that you have a boundary. Okay. Can't just do whatever you want. Dump all your crap on somebody. Example would be, I left my door open and my adult son just keeps coming in and smoking pot with his friends. He doesn't even live here. He just wants to do his laundry here to save money. That is a boundary violation, and you need to nip that in the bud, and you need to say, that's enough. And if you're going to continue to disrespect me and my boundary, there's going to be a consequence. So you need to have really strong boundaries as a chosen one. These boundary violations, they're the worst, right? Like when you tell somebody, I'm going to be on vacation and I'm not going to be available, and you look on your phone and there is a message this long that should be a phone call or an email just about the things that they're doing, and it's a boundary violation. I told you I'm not available. Respect my boundary. And, a message that long is ridiculous. It should be, when are you free? When do you get back? There's some things I wanted to tell you that have happened. And I'm not talking about an emergency, like your mom fell down the steps or something. I'm talking about, so-and-so came over and then my cat got out, and you're like, you're taking away from my vacation. You're trying to take away my energy. And I clearly drew the line on what is acceptable and not. And clearly I told you I won't be available, and you're trying to go against that. So goodbye, you don't need to be in my life. Chosen ones, this energy right now is going to be super intense, and you really need to stop hanging around people that exhibit these 5 behaviors. You need to step into your power, really make sure you have a strong, firm boundary, and stop putting up with nonsense. Do what you're here to do. Okay? Stay golden.